Psalm 10, 16 through 18 says, "The Lord is king forever and ever. Nations have perished from his land. O Lord, you have heard the desire of the humble. You will strengthen their heart. You will incline your ear to vindicate the orphan and the oppressed, so that the man who is of the earth will no longer cause terror." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan of the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 10, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, you could easily become depressed reading the first 15 verses of the psalm. It's filled with all of the things that the evil person does and the way they succeed in their life. But it is at the end of the psalm that David tells us that God will triumph over all the evil. Well, sometimes it's very depressing to live in the modern world. It sometimes is even more depressing to realize the current state of our country. At no time since the Civil War, and I lived through the turbulent times as a Vietnam era veteran, has the United States been so divided over particular philosophies and visions of the population. In addition, in the religious community, and particularly Christianity and Judaism, they are under attack for what they believe and how they worship. But we cannot focus on those things. The only thing on which we can focus is the fact that God is in charge and understands exactly what is going on. It is our responsibility to do exactly what we've been called to do, to walk worthy before Christ and the world. Well, Ephesians 4, 1 through 3 gives us a broad-based outline of how we're to walk. We are to know who we are spiritually. We are to prepare ourselves psychologically by understanding how we are to respond to others. And finally, we're to do everything we possibly can do to live our lives in a holy and righteous way. It is our responsibility as believers to hold each other's hands. It is our responsibility as believers to help those who are in need of help. And it's our responsibility as believers to be clear about what we believe and not allow society to dictate our theology. We have 2 roles to fulfill in today's world. The first role is to ensure that our relationship with Christ is growing and secure. The second is found in Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 through 40. We're to take care of the poor and the downtrodden. We're to be witnesses to the world. We're to live knowing that we are secure in Christ and willing to lift up any of them where there is any need. Now, I recognize that the Matthew passage is generally viewed as a period of time concerning the tribulation. But what we can certainly take as an application for our world today is that the 20th and 21st centuries have shown Satan's activity to be greater than ever before. And we are the only Christians and God's representatives on earth at this time. It is our responsibility as God would have us to live. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.